Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, the villagers here have been breeding, and I am incredibly disappointed. This is another failed strategy. Alright, here's how I came to this. I was looking on forums, and someone had said that the priest can give an ender pearl, and that they'd used it to make an ender chest, and thus established themselves in the spirit world. As it turns out, however, when they said ender pearl, they meant Eye of Ender. The Eye of Ender is great. Great if you want to make a vanilla ender chest. But as we previously learned, the vanilla ender chest cannot be placed in test pack please ignore. So the fact that I can make a vanilla ender chest means nothing to me. I can't think of a way that I can use an Eye of Ender to get something that will let me transport items between dimensions. It doesn't melt down into liquid ender as far as I know, which is what would be required to, for example, get a tesseract frame going. I can't just use a unifier on the ender chest. It is ore dictionaried with the ender storage mod's ender chests, but not convertible, at least not with a unifier without first putting another ender chest in there, but it's certainly not doable because those ender storage ender chests are much more expensive. So, yeah, I don't think this strategy is going to work. Okay, I told you when we first started this endeavor that there was a bugged way to get items here into the spirit world, and there's one more thing I can think to try before we do that, before we go that far. One more try. Just one. There's only one more thing I can think to do. Or, so far, I've been able to think to do. But we can go try it right now. It will not take long. First, we head to the overworld. All right. We can put this... Oop, I'm going a lot faster than I've gotten used to. Okay. Oh, I also want... to get this fanciful thread. See whether I can take it with me into the dream world. And I also want to use one to make a charm of fanciful thinking, which I think I can take with me into the dream world, and I think it lets me be more effective against the nightmare, if I remember correctly. I don't promise that's true. I don't entirely recall. Okay, so let's see if I can get this right. I believe somewhere there is a book that brings me to... Okay, we can go through spawn. Wow. Someone has set up a Christmas tree here. Happy holidays, everyone. I may chip in, decorate it a little bit. Okay, but if I can find my way out... There we go. I know there is a book all the way through this nightmare. Over here. That should bring me to the end. Oop. Little bit of lag. It's been so nice actually being in the spirit world, because you never run into a laggy chunk, because no one else has built there. Okay, so here is my last hope. This should bring me here to the Stronghold, to the end portal. Now, if strongholds exist in the spirit world, and I am not certain they do, then, theoretically, if I enter the spirit world here, I may appear in the stronghold there, and in chests in strongholds. And as far as I know, these are the only chests that have them. You can rarely find ender pearls. Here we go. One last shot. Gosh, I hope there's a stronghold. And there is. Okay. We are good. We are almost certainly in a nightmare. So we have to be fast. These are the chests. Oh, okay. Oh, good. Yep, alright. There is the nightmare. Or at least there we can hear him. Okay. I do not have a ton of torches, which is going to be my downfall here. Okay. I believe my Charm of Fanciful Thought is helping here. Oh, but not as much as I had hoped. The nightmare can knock off your armor, which is one of the things that makes it so dangerous. Okay, we're gonna get sent out of here in a moment. I want to make sure I get my boots before we are. Okay, there we go. Okay, good to know. So, Charm of Fanciful Thinking obviously does not do what I thought it did. I honestly can't remember what it does do now. Oh well. Okay, so... I think we have to go back in and try again. Okay, this time let's actually be a little bit ready for this. Okay, go. Okay. That was a dead end. And he's going to kill us very fast here. Because we did not really heal at all. Oh, good. Liquid poison. Perfect. Okay. No ender pearls yet. And we are completely isolated here. Oh, good. My chest. Okay. I'm taking all that armor off because I want to be able to keep it. This is a place we've already explored, but... Oh, yep, also down here. This is where we died last time. Okay. It's really just a matter now of searching until we find something. Okay, this is not a good direction. This must be bigger than I am finding. Strongholds are generally pretty large, but they are not always interconnected well. So, the question here is, how do we find the rest of this stronghold? Probably the best way would be just to find an outside area like this and oh, okay, I'm heading back to the overworld, I think. Yeah, there we go. Whew. Okay, that's tough. Here's what we'll do. I am going to explore a little here in the overworld, and if we can find another part of this fortress, then we can port ourselves directly into it with our potion of sleeping. The other possibility, perhaps the better possibility, is to run back to the base and get our Dreamweaver. That will theoretically the Dreamweaver will theoretically allow us to there we go. Enter the spirit world here without getting a nightmare, which might let us explore a little bit more. But that's only really worthwhile if we reasonably expect this place is bigger. Just looking at the mini-map, I'm not so sure that's true. I mean, this whole place is kind of... I don't know, it's just not impressing me. And we know that we found the, the room with the end portal in it. What might make sense is to find the other stronghold, because in every world there should be two. And if we can find the other stronghold here in the overworld, we can port to it to the spirit world equivalent, and it may be bigger. It'll at least give us another chance, because from what I'm seeing so far, we actually have done a good job and have found all the chests in that stronghold. Okay, I don't see any more stronghold, so let's head back to base. Okay. And here's what we're going to do. Read another page of the Adventurer's Diary, just because every time I find one of these, I try to read it. The fanciful thread and the charm of fanciful thinking did not work the way I thought they would. Or neither of those got transferred into the spirit world, so we don't need those anymore. What we will need are a stack of Eyes of Ender. 46 will be... this will be plenty. Okay, so I know that that Ender stronghold is on this side of spawn. So I'm going to head to spawn here. Whew. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. That Christmas tree is throwing me off. Okay, so here is the original world spawn. Over that direction is my base, and that is also the direction the stronghold is in. So, if we come over here, okay, that is leading us to that same stronghold, I believe. So let's move further even, because I want a different stronghold. And once we get closer to the second stronghold, the Eye of Ender should lead us in that direction. Now we have an advantage here. Strongholds... where did it go? Okay, excellent. They only spawn within a certain distance of the world spawn. Okay, so I'm going to go this way for a while, but not too far. Probably just until, here we go, I hit land, come up to the top here. Oh, still further this way. Okay, and of course I did forget to grab our dream catcher while I was back at base, which would have made this whole thing easier. but whatever. Oh, okay. So we've passed the stronghold. Let's see if we can locate it here. Okay. Oh, it's going to be under this mountain. Lovely. Okay, let's start one here. Yeah, okay. So, it is kind of this way. And down. Let's see if there's any place under the water that opens up to caves. Doesn't seem so. That wouldn't be that convenient. Okay, just going to double check. If we come to the top of this mountain, maybe we can find the exact block we have to dig down on. Because then we can just dig straight down. Okay, I guess I went further than I thought I did in relation to the stronghold. Let's see. One more here. Cool. So, we are basically above it. And now we just have to dig down until we get there. Wow. Even at basically full burnout, my dig spell is not using a significant proportion of my mana. Okay. So, we made it. But now we should kind of scout the area out in the overworld here, where we are powerful and there is not a nearly omnipotent monster coming after us. Yeah, this is a much bigger stronghold. And this is a loot chest. Cool. I will take the spoils bag and the Darkcraft bombs because they are awesome. Okay, and I'm actually going to basically look around through this stronghold until I find one of the hallway chests. Ah, like this one. These are the only chests that ender pearls can spawn in. Like that. Just like that. Okay. Let's check this out. Depending upon generation of loot, we may just have found our ender pearl. Okay. We just got our ender pearl. We just got our ender pearl. Holy cow, guys. That was a trip. Craziness. Okay, I'm just using my needle. Wow. So many different ways we tried. Holy cow. I was honestly questioning whether it would work. But it did. There's the way to do it in test back please ignore. Let's just head back to base and just 100% confirm that the whole plan is going to work, that we can transfer items using the ender chests. It's always possible, however unlikely. I mean, not necessarily unlikely, but, you know, the pack devs have thought of a lot of different ways to keep us from getting access to, well, all of our overworld items while we're in the spirit world. So it's possible they thought of a way to counter this as well. Okay, I'm just killing time here because I'm still so excited we actually managed to succeed. Okay, let's port back. That may have been the only one of only 2 chests in the entire Stronghold, and the only one with an ender pearl in it. It may be that there was one ender pearl total in the whole thing. Although we haven't found the actual Stronghold room yet, the portal room. So there is certainly some amount of this Stronghold that is still unexplored. Okay, here we go. We have not been down here yet. And it goes nowhere. Okay. We have an end portal. I don't need to explore this completely. If I decide I do, I'll come back. Probably off camera, because no one likes to watch me spaz around in a closed space, considering how fast we are. Okay, let's clean out our inventory some. Because again, I'm just too excited. I'm stalling. Just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna read this diary page. Almost done with the whole diary. One more page. We got 2 tier 3 spoils bags. That's pretty cool. Oh, we're going to complete this adventurer's diary from Hardcore Ender Expansion mod. First we're going to get the Ender Compendium out in case it unlocks something in that, and I'm also going to want paper because I think in the past it has occurred that if I didn't have paper it's given me an error message. Awesome. I suspected that would have unlocked something. I guess I was wrong. Okay, so here's what we just have to double check. Red, red, red ender chest. Red, red, red ender chest inside. We're going to use red wool to craft the ender pouch, so that will be red 2. In we go. It is a dream. The nightmare will not be bothering us. We still have our ender pearl. We can come on over here to our crafting area. Oh man. This is awesome. If it actually works. Such a big if. Here we go. Red wool, ender pearl, 3 pieces of leather, 4 pyrotheum dust. Okay, I made it wrong the first time. That's fine. Oh yeah. Oh yes, guys. Oh yes. Ahahaha. Okay, here is something else I made. An ink mixer. so that we could get a link panel, craft it together to get a linking book. Take a step back here. Bam. Now, if we use that linking book from the overworld, we should be able to enter the spirit world without needing a brew of sleeping, which is pretty nice. Let's see, what else do I want to transfer back? Some of this. Okay. I am going to figure out everything I want to transfer back to the overworld and do that. And also figure out everything I want to transfer here and do that. And I will be right back once I do. Okay, before I go to a great deal of effort to import items into the spirit world, I want to test to see how this whole system works. Okay, so I have a book stand and a Mistcraft linking book back to my base. I've set up this book to the spirit world here, near the Dreamweaver of Nightmares, in case there is still a chance that I have a nightmare when I enter. Let's see what happens when I enter. Okay. Very strange things. The two worlds are colliding. Entities from the overworld are here in the spirit world. This was a very, very bad idea. What happens if I wake myself up? I take damage, but I go nowhere. Okay. Okay. Something happened. I think I crashed the server. I crashed the server. Okay. Be right back. Okay. I'm back. I believe I'm in the overworld. I've looked around a little bit. I got another icy needle. Because though I would not recommend this to any of you, because I don't really understand what just happened, I'm going back. Because I think I need to. I think what happened, okay, I think we used the icy needle. I think that's the first thing that happened, and it brought us back to the overworld. I reset the server, so it's also possible that that's not what happened. Let's find out. Okay, we're loading. Now we're in the spirit world, but we have that same weird bug. Okay. Everything is still pretty messed up. We're in the spirit world, but all the entities from the overworld are here. And, okay. When we hit that book, we crash. Now, I didn't actually check whether the server actually crashed last time this happened. Okay. So, even if the server itself didn't actually crash, we cannot log in until I reset the server. So I'm going to do that again, and then I'm going to destroy those books. Okay, and after restarting the server, this is exactly where I log in. It looks, it's taking a second to load, but it looks like everything is still here in my base, which is nice. The question really is what it looks like in the spirit world. So, what we should do is take this book away because it did us no favors. Maybe we'll use that to prank someone at some point. And we'll take a brew of sleeping. They're not that hard to make. Okay. So this time we're back where we should be. Now I don't see... Okay, so the book did not come through. Okay, I really don't want to mess around with other mods traveling the player between dimensions. So, okay, so yeah, I don't want to put, for example, a book here. I don't want to use Mistcraft in relation to the spirit world. I think that would probably go just about as poorly as me entering did. So, instead, I am actually going to put that ender pouch into the ender chest, and I'm going to make that the special white that just inserts things into my ME system, so I can easily send things back to the ME system in my world. And this chest I will basically only use for transferring items to the spirit world from now on. And yeah, okay, so not going to mess around with Mistcraft or other mods portaling me to and from the spirit world, but we can now safely and easily transmit items. And we did it, luckily, without using what I would consider a bug. We fulfilled my requirement that we use unintended cross-mod interactions. And yeah, now we can transmit items through the dimensions. And next episode, between this episode and next, I'll collect all the items I want to transmit here to the spirit world. Next episode, we will set that up. I'll set up all the things we need to craft here in the spirit world, and probably make some little base, because this outdoor line of equipment, it's been bothering me for, well, the entire time I've been living here in the spirit world. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. It has been quite a crazy trip here in the spirit world. But, yeah, next time, it'll all be worth it. See you then.